1. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Unique Adventures. We are out here in Mossyrock at the Tacoma Public Utilities Mossyrock Park outside of Mossyrock, Washington. We are out here showing you this campground review. Over 100 sites out here, very spread out. The numbering's a little off, so we're going to try to hit all of the certain loops and show you guys what we can. Some of these sites do have some amazing lakeside access of Rife Lake. We have been out at Tacoma, which also has Rife Lake access for their campground. If you haven't seen that, I will link it here for the Tacoma one. This is the last of 5 campgrounds, and this is the last one we haven't been to yet. We've been out here. This is Memorial Day weekend. As you can see, one of the cons with having this many trailers and no dump at any of the sites is what you are experiencing right now, which is complete and utter chaos for the dump station. It has been like this for at least the last hour and a half here on this holiday weekend. So that's one of the things you have to kind of note when coming here. But a lot of these sites have this great access here onto Rife Lake, where you get some amazing views. We're going to show you some of the best sites if you want to get those views, and some of the other amazing things that this campground has to offer, which include, a disc golf course, a lot of family activity kind of things, very spread out, a lot going on here. So we're gonna go here in just a second. As soon as we get some of these cars out of here, we're gonna go hit these loops. Make sure to give us a thumbs up. We're here dodging traffic, trying to get into this. So the one thing here, if you're riding bikes, there's a lot of elevation coming in and out of a lot of the different loops. So like I said, we're not going to go in order of loop or numeric order. We're going to go in just the loops. The first one here is this Ajlune Lookout, site 61 through 68. This is where we're posted up this weekend. This used to be a group site, and they've now converted it into single sites, which is really nice. So you can see it just wraps around here, kind of really wide open. This works out really well if you've got a bunch of people and you want to get into some sites here. You got site 61 here, which is right here. One of our friends is in this site here. Nice and wide open. You got 62 and 63. These aren't really going to have some of the best views, but 64, 65, 66, 67, and 68 down here are going to be right on Rife Lake. You are going to have some amazing views. We have completely taken over this loop here this weekend, and it worked out really good. This is the first year this has been open like this, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be popular down here. You do have some overflow parking. Definitely our site here, 68. Some of them kind of dip off a little bit in the back, so you may want to snug a little bit forward. So that is that loop. Pretty much you can fit anything into here, which is great. Gives you those options. We're going to try to get out of here without getting hit. I mean, yeah, the backup is immense here, and like I said, it's been like this. So on a holiday weekend, just do note to experience what we're seeing. We're hitting this as everybody's trying to leave, just trying to give you guys a more open view of what some of these sites look like. Not everything is like this down here, so do keep that noted. So Nesca landing sites 69 through 78 here, still got that Rife Lake view. This site here, I believe, is now the only group site. It's all primitive camping, so no power or anything like that. On our sites and these loops here do have power and water. You have a pavilion and a nice little bathroom here that does have showers. There are multiple bathrooms with showers here in this complete campground. It is spread out. So we're coming up here, and you can just kind of imagine what this view is going to look like. So you got site 69. I mean, these are going to be some gorgeous views out here of Rife Lake. Big, wide open, clearly marked. Obviously, you're going to be next to somebody else with not a ton of privacy, but you're going to have that great view between 71, 72, 73, 74, and 75. If you were in 75 in this end site here, you could have a nice little congregation area there. 76. And 77 and 78. So pretty wide open loop here. Like I said, not a lot of privacy between sites, because remember, these used to be group sites down here and they've converted them, but you can't beat that view. We were able to snag up all those sites. Like, it was so good. So we're just going to keep cruising here, working our way through the loops. These are hilly. Some of these coming in and out. We might have to do a little fast forward action on some of these as I huff up these hills. So we're going to go up to Birdside next, which is up here on the right, site 61 through 192. And we'll dive into the main here. So we're going to climb. Only a couple of these sites here are going to have views of Rife Lake. Site 161 is one of them. Nice little recreation area over here. And then you got site 162. We'll also have that, but it definitely dives off that edge. You got to be careful with little kids on some of these edges. 163 here. Pretty narrow, but goes back. Site 164, all these pull-throughs. Power and water through here. You're going to get a little bit of the view. Not as good as down there. 165. Goes back a little downward there, but not too bad. 166. 167, 168 looking good. Kind of goes off that end though. Gotta watch it. 169 here, ADA site. A nice little playground on the backside. 170, sliver views of Rife Lake. 171, a little bit of tree cover there. 172, nice little grassy area there. 173, right next to the playground. 174, looks good. 175, a little dip in the front there, but like I said, most of these sites are going to fit pretty much anything up here. 176. And 177, deep. 178, 179, you should probably be best friends if you're having these two sites. But still very long. 180. A little bit more flatter out here. No views, but definitely flatter. 181, right next door to it here. Same kind of setup. 182. Got your livable area there. And then this side here, 183 on the back. You're going to have some nice flat recreation area on the top here. You can get kind of this view of the land here, but definitely won't have to contend with your livable area on the hill. For 184, 185, a long anything in there, really long. 186. Gorgeous views. This is the best weather we've seen, but we are going home today, and that's pretty much what always happens. You go home and the weather's nice. 187. Nice and long again. 188. A little plateaued pull through there. 189. ADA accessible right next to the playground and to the showers and the bathroom. 190 is also ADA. Nice little mountain views. I'm not hating it. It's just not as good as having that water view, and there's only a couple sites up here. The other cool thing about being up here is you're kind of secluded from the rest of the campground because there's a lot going on down there, especially on a holiday weekend. We'll talk about that when we get down there. 191 and 192 kind of bermed up there with some of that livable area. It kind of starts to tailor up. So there's only these couple sites up here have that lake view. You still get some decent views up here. Just, you know, you want that lake view. Those first two sites are pretty much, or this site right here, 191, 182, I think. Whatever this one here is on the corner, you have to go back and check that out. You're still going to have some access. Now we're going to go next into the lower main loop. You will get some access to see the water, and there are some great sites. The only thing with this loop is, one, there's a lot of chaos going down there. You're right next to the playground. A lot of campsites down there, which is fine. What we did find when we were traveling through there was a lot of people running generators. So this loop has a mix of non-hookup and hookup sites. So you could be hooked up being right next door to somebody that's not. And pretty much if people didn't have hookups, they were running generators. And I don't know, I've got a love-hate relationship with that. If you want to bring a generator to run what you need to run, that's fine. But I don't think you should be running a generator in the middle of the day for no reason when there's no AC needed or anything like that. That's my opinion. You got to prepare better if you're coming out camping and not messing up everybody's experience. But I'm not going to tell you not to do it, but, you know, just be courteous. You know, only run it when you need to run it, but don't run it just because you have it. So the main campground, this is going to start on numbering at 1, but you're never going to see 1 because 1 through 8 sites are over here are actually tent sites. They're walk-in tent sites. I'm not going to go all the way through all that, but you'll get to see a little bit of a glimpse of what those tent sites look like. The terrain's just a little too diverse in there for me to try and navigate and show all that. So 1 through 8 walk-in tent sites. Couple of them are going to have some of that lake access, and here's your overflow parking for that. Now there are 4 more sites, those will be 9, 10, 11, and 12 that are walk-in up here on the top. This is the parking for that right there. So you got some walk-in tent sites up there, which means everything is going to start at site 13, which is right here on our left hand side. And mind you, this loop is pretty much cleared out now, but site 13, these are hookups. A little bit of a dip there in the back, still plenty long though. 14, little water hookup if you got the tent sites right there. 14, out in the open, not a lot of shade cover. Got site 15, this is an ADA site right next to the bathroom. No, a little bit of shade off these back trees right next to the bathroom though. See, and then here you got some more parking for 9 through 12. So we're going up. This is 16, another ADA site here. in the tree line. Got 17's another ADA site, wider, got a little bit of tree cover there. Little wash station there. 18, pretty wide, got that tree cover going. 19, these are all still power sites all down here. Little Rockwood Flagstaff guy in there. 19, good little tree cover there. 20, got some of that tree cover as well, kind of pitches down a little bit there. Probably doing at least 30 feet in there. Definitely read the sites here. 21, good tree cover, power. 22, pretty level with a little bit of tree cover, but it's kind of open. 23, a little bit of tree cover in there, but your recreation area is out in the sun. You want to get out there and toss a ball or something. 24, mostly shaded. This is 26. Actually, 25 and 26 are right next door to each other. So this is a tandem. A little bit of sun, a little bit of shade. 27, 28, also tandems. A little bit of access here to the main playground. That place was cracking this weekend. Everybody was down there. So do note that if you're around here, you're going to have a lot of foot traffic around. 29. This is where you're going to start to get into some of those water views. In 29. And we're going to take a second here. So this is about the spot where some of the power sites are going to cut off, and you're going to get into the non-hookup sites where people are going to be running generators. So a bunch of this in here is power and water, and then you get down here to no hookups. So 31 and 32 look like tandem. These guys just rolled out of it. 30, still got that power, but you are now on that lake view. See a little bit of the disc golf course ending right about here. So do note that. You may have to keep an eye out for some frisbees. A little disc golf. 33, pull through, still got power and that water view. So these are going to be some of the better sites down here. 34, looking good. 35 on that pull through, power and the view. Got 36, nice little tree cover there. So 37 is here. We're going to go to 38 first. It's got a nice little tree cover there. You can still probably get a little bit of lakeside view. And here we go into 37. So now you're seeing this is no power, no water, no nothing. But it does, these sites do down here have the best views. So if you can get away with not having power or water, these are going to be the primo sites for getting that amazing view down here. 39, a little bit of downhill in the front here with some tree cover. This is a tandem 40-41. Remember, no water, no power. Run what you brung with some killer views. 42 and 43, also tandems with some killer views, and you can walk right down there to the water, do a little fishing. A lot of people were recreating on this lake this weekend. Site number 44, little pull through, got to navigate that tree. No hookups though. 45 and 46, another tandem setup. Definitely slants down in the front. Do note that. 47. Cool little trees, kids hanging out in the trees, right by the water. Not bad. 48. These definitely have that downward slant. You got a little bit of shade, a little bit of sun. 50, if you need to get some of that solar. 50 kind of dips down. Hello. 49. Got that great view. Nice wide pull through. 50, 51. Definitely still has that downward dip in the front there. All these sites seem to have it. 52. Got that great view. There's people tenting it up. And boating it. A lot of boats. We'll get towards the boat ramp and show you some of that here in a little bit. 53 and 54 tandems with some view. $55. Still got that great view. This is kind of where it ends though. For having that view anyway. 59. 56, 57 tandems. 58. You might still have a little bit of a view there. Not too much though. 58. And you got 59 and 60 here tandems. No power. So remember, this bottom end is no power. The upper end down here is power. You're going to be intermingled, and people are going to be running those jennies because that's what people do. Some of us come with lithium and are pretty well prepared to run what we brung, and some people need that power. So just note that if you're booking down here, especially if it's pretty full, you're gonna see a little bit of that. I did not realize how massive this park is, and how spread out it is. So if you like to ride bikes and stuff, this is 15-mile-an-hour limit on these roads here. You know, kids riding bikes up and down here all the time. Got the playgrounds, the disc golf, you got volleyball nets down here. You even got a little shack down here. You can go get ice cream, get some snacks, make a little fun event out of it. We're gonna definitely show you that. We got, I believe, 2 more loops to hit. Hit that thumbs up if you're still here with us. You're still grinding out this full campground review. Gorgeous views out here though. I'm glad I took you guys out on today and not the last couple days, because the weather has been suspect pretty much the whole time we've been here up until this morning. We've had some good spots. We've had some spots where things got sideways, but you know, hey, that's camping, you know. We don't back down from a challenge. If the weather's not the best, we make the most out of it. And a lot of these sites weren't taken, and I feel like, you know, even if the weather's not the best, make the best out of it. Come out and make those memories. Nice little trail there. So I believe this is Cascade Loop. We're coming up to a smaller loop. The labeling here is sites 195 through 214, so about 25 sites. It's going to be a little bit quieter in this upper section. You are going to get some noise static down here just because a lot of people going back and forth on this little walking trail between the snack area and the other campgrounds. So do note that 195 ADA site. The snack shack's like right there. So if you like to hit that a couple of times, that's a good place to be. 196, little sun, little shade. 197, also an ADA site, right next to the disc golf. So if you want to watch people try to throw frisbees around and not do a good job at it, just wait for me to come around, because I am not good at it at all. 198, nice and level there. 199, yeah, good views of that disc golf. And get some good shots of us losing discs out here, because I bet you there's plenty that have been lost out there. 200, nice and deep, a little bit of shade cover. 201, looking good. Not a lot of livable area though out here, But you are right next to the playground, so you can go out there and do some stuff. 202. A little bit of a tilt side to side. 203. This site here you can definitely get a little bit of traffic on. Just with, you know, the trail being right there. There's going to be a lot of people. But you know, like I said, also, if you like to watch people loosen frisbees, like, it's another great spot to get. And some of these sites down here, you can get some of that Rifle Lake view. Plus, if you got kiddos on the campground, these are great sites because then you can watch your kids right from camp. This is 205. Nice and long. A little bit of a dip up to down. 206, same deal. Higher in the front, lower in the back, but plenty long. 207. 208, right next to each other. I'm not sure if these are tandems, but they probably should be if they're not. 209. Pull through, not a lot of livable area. You got this big berm on the rest of these sites here, so do note that the livable area is going to be in some weird spots, I would assume. A little bit more private from all of the riffraff going on down there. 210. So we'll kind of, you know, venture through this one, but you'll see, like, they got, you know, the fire ring right on the edge down here. So you'd have to really look at where you're positioning your rig. 211. A little bit of shade. Got that power water though. 212. Right on that berm side. And 213. Probably going to get a little bit of traffic noise here with people going back and forth. And 214 to round out the Cascade loop. I wouldn't mind camping down here, but you definitely got to watch the traffic down here, just the foot traffic and all that. Now we are getting to the last little bit here, which is the S'mores loop, which is down here on the end. The counting for this loop area is very atrocious. I'm going to try to do the best we can at it. Kind of show you a little bit. But hit that thumbs up if you're still hanging around with us here. We appreciate it because this has been taking a while. So people, you can camp in these areas here. This says overflow parking, so these are sites in here. See if I can read this here. 160. These are counting 160, 159. So these are counting backwards here. These are just tent sites you pull up in. This is kind of on a hill. So note that if you're here and you're putting a tent up, you're going to be at a little bit of an angle. 157, 156. Told you this wasn't going to be pretty. 155. 154. You know, they're just sites. It's tent sites. 153. A little bit of shade there. 152. 151 and 150. So we're going to come down here first. So this is like a big parking lot. Now obviously you got the boat launch down here, the parking for that, and then the boat launch is right on the other side. There is a swimmable area down here in the summertime when the weather's nice. So, you know, keep that in mind. These sites down here on this edge, definitely not a lot of recreation area. You're kind of on a hill, so you definitely got to watch how you're parking, how you're chalking. But you are going to get some Rifle Lake views. This is 121. 122, 123. Like I said, not the best. 124, but you are getting those views. Just not a lot of recreation area. 126, definitely 127 right here. 26 to 27. No hookups in here at all. 128. And then it dips around here to 129. We're going to stop here for just a second just to kind of explain the situation here. So we did see people pull their trailers in sideways here to get that livable area on that view. You do got to watch how big of a trailer you try to put into these sites though, because and then maybe park your overflow over here. But I mean, you might be able to get 20, 25 in here, but it was a mess in here this weekend. I'm glad I came after most of everybody left. I see why people want to be sideways. You want to get that view. But this is kind of like a desperation loop here, because I just felt like there were just too many people crammed on each other with no hookups, generators running, music blaring. It was, I don't know. So this is 32, 33, 34, 35, 135. They're all pretty much the same. A little bit of fire pit activity there on that other side. 136, 137, and 138. I mean, it's just it's glorified parking lot camping is pretty much what it is. So that's 138. We're gonna wrap back around here and catch the last of these sites. But definitely spread out over this complete campground. Probably close, I'm going to assume somewhere around 150 sites. Looks like you do have porta potties down here. There's no established, like, at least in the middle of this, there's no established restroom area. 149, 148, hello. 147. I guess we're counting backwards. We went the wrong way. So if you were going to park your trailer here and put your trailer in your livable area out there, I could see that. Then at least you have a little bit of seclusion from the crazy down here. 145 seems to be a little bit wider than some of these others. 144. Got fire pits in the back. 143. 142 and 141 to round back out to where you're getting into the tent sites. So we've made it all the sites. What do you guys think about these loops? Which ones were your favorite? Definitely where we were at, we scored. I honestly think those sites are going to be harder to get. Just because not as many people down there and still got those good views. It's a gorgeous park here. A lot to do. Very family friendly. People coming for the day, doing disc golf, doing activities, doing water and stuff. This will be a popular place during the summertime. There is no doubt in my mind about that. But yeah, which sites were your favorite? Let me know. Drop me a comment. Have you been here? Are you coming here? What have been your experiences at this Tacoma Public Utilities campground? We had a blast here this weekend. A lot of fun. A lot of memories were made. I definitely feel like with all the kids and stuff playing, they made some memories. Everybody was out here having a blast. It's just a good vibe. But on holiday weekends, this place will be crazy. So yeah, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that when we come out on Memorial Day weekend and show you probably the biggest Tacoma Public Utilities campground, you won't miss it. But until then, we'll see you guys in the next adventure.